Greetings, world. Hi, my name is Brianna. I also go by the Gnostic Oracle 9. I'm here today to pretty much elaborate some things that's been heavy on my heart and to share my collective synopsis on the things that's been going on. Usually, what I do is I observe what's going on around the world, specifically in America, with Corporation of America, and I write it down. I collect as much cosmic evidence, and I just write it. And so far, I've been writing a book, of these cosmic events going on, so that I can share it with the collective in hopes to um, um, help the frequency, okay? Help bring up the frequency of the planet because we need it dearly, and things like this. So I want to read a chapter of my book right now that I've been working on since the beginning of this year, I believe around February. And I think that it will be very, very pivotal to other people's perspective, and help them navigate, their own spiritual journey. Let's see, let's get it out. So yeah, I would greatly appreciate you if you could stay for a few moments to listen to what I have to offer. It's been heavily on my mind and heart, and Spirit is definitely telling me it's go time, okay? It's definitely go time. Um, Things like that. Haven't been posting as much lately, kind of been in hermit mode because of things going on in my life, and the spiritual warfare has been getting more and more intense, to where it's been, projecting into, my livelihood. And I haven't posted things out of fear and knowing me and all I've been through, I'm not afraid of anything, It's crazy. The only thing I'm afraid of is telling my truth. And so I ask God today, Spirit, the universe, to guide me as I read you all a chapter in my book that I've been working on and editing. So this is for all the chosen ones, those in the GATE program, those into metaphysics, alchemy, 369 project, group 7, or anywhere, or those, who don't identify themselves and just want to know more information regarding spiritual transmissions. I'm very good at what I do, especially with pattern recognition. Very good at what I do, and I would love to share this with you guys, and I would love for people to support me, because I'm also looking for my spiritual tribe, people to support me right now, as I've been chronically in and out of homelessness for 3.5 years, going on 4 years, and currently I'm staying in a dusty warehouse, and I'm really tired, but I'm pressing on at the right time, in the right place. I'm grateful for where I'm at, but it's time for me to do something else. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to start off with the preamble to my spiritual transmission. And this is in regards to, before I start, this is in regards to the Virgo Moons and eclipses that's been happening. And basically these Virgo Moons that came in eclipses were basically the veil being lifted. Because everyone's always talking about how the veil is thinning, the veil is thinning, it's thinning, it's thinning. It's always been thin. The veil has always been thin, okay? It's just now it's at a point to where it's lifted, okay? And our spiritual essence in our spiritual body has caught up to it, but our physical body has not, okay? So that's why it may be taking longer for others to see, what is going on, in, with these eyes or what have you. So yeah, without further ado, here's my introductory preamble. The moons in Virgo have been speaking transmissions, first on 3/14/2025 with the Virgo blood worm moon, and now again with the Virgo new moon. Both open hidden doors. One revealed what was festering beneath the surface. The other offered a chance to reset and reorder what is sacred within. Together, they carry a message of purification, clarity, and the courage to refine our lives in service to a purpose higher than ourselves. These moons arrive not only as cycles in the sky, but as mirrors of the soul, revealing what is hidden, purging what is stagnant, and preparing for what is to come. Virgo whispers calls us inward, to refine, clarify, to cleanse. Yet these transmissions are not mine alone. They also belong to the collective. I share the following revelations not only as answers, but as living transmissions to stir memory, healing, and awakening in those who resonate. Virgo Blood Worm Moon Lunar Eclipse, a portal of purification and spiritual discernment. The total Virgo lunar eclipse on March 14, 2025, often referred as a blood worm moon, carries a deep metaphysical significance, coinciding with Pi Day 314 and occurring just before the spring equinox. This celestial event aligns with powerful numerological, esoteric, and spiritual warfare themes, calling for purification, transformation, and discernment. At the astrological and metaphysical themes. Number 1, the Virgo lunar eclipse, a call to purify. Lunar eclipses act as portals for revelation and transformation. With Virgo's energy of meticulous refinement, this eclipse highlights the need to cleanse the physical, mental, and spiritual self. It also urges us to release toxic habits, routines, self-criticism, and attachments that obstruct growth. Number 2, the blood worm moon symbolism. The blood moon signifies deep alchemical transformation, life-death rebirth cycles, and hidden revelations. The worm moon, marking the reawakening of the earth and spring, symbolizes renewal and emerging from darkness. Together, they represent an opportunity to purge stagnation and plant new seeds for growth. Number 3, the Virgo Pisces axis, grounding the mystical. With this eclipse activates the Virgo Pisces polarity, balancing practicality with intuition. Virgo, as a sacred priestess, seeks order and discernment, while Pisces dissolves boundaries into spiritual unity. Integrating these energies calls for grounding intuitive insights into tangible actions. Number 4, transformation and spiritual warfare. The eclipse reveals the hidden interplay between the serpent, parasites, worms, and spiritual suppression. The serpent, a symbol of both deception and wisdom, weaves through history as a force of both enlightenment and enslavement. Parasites, whether physical or energetic, represent forces that drain vitality and obscure the truth. Recognizing these influences is essential to breaking free from spiritual manipulation. Now I'm going to go on to numerology, tesseract symbolism, and cosmic codes. Number 1, the numbers 13 and 26, hidden universal structures, the veiled 13 sign. The zodiac traditionally consists of 12 signs, yet Ophiuchus, serpent bearer, the hidden 13th sign, represents esoteric knowledge beyond the mundane cycle. The tesseract's 13 axes and dual cubes. The tesseract, a four-dimensional hypercube, rotates along 13 axes, forming a dual system mirroring the 26 archetypal expressions of the zodiac. 26, the number of divine order. In sacred numerology, 26 represents cosmic balance, divine revelation, and the structure upon which reality turns. 26 also corresponds to the tetragrammaton, Yahweh, marking the hidden framework of existence. Number 2, the Pi Day eclipse, infinite order. So the amalgamation of 3/14/2025 goes from 17, and then when you reduce that number, it becomes 8. And also when you just add 3 and 14 by itself, it also concludes to the number 8. So pi, the eternal, unbroken ratio, represents the bridge between the finite and infinite. Virgo's meticulous nature mirrors the pursuit of divine order within matter. This eclipse, occurring on Pi Day 3/14, aligns cosmic rhythm with mathematical intelligence, revealing underlying order beneath chaos. As Earth's shadow crosses the moon in Virgo at 2:26 EDT, this moment encodes the sacred number 26, reinforcing the divine polarity governing all creation. This eclipse is a gateway to a much deeper revelation, where hidden truths emerge. Now, before I go to the next segment, I want to add that in another video, I'm going to go deeper into the numbers 13, 1331, 26, and 226, etc. Okay, I'm going to go deeply into those numbers, and I'm going to also add in why those numbers are so significant, as well as the significance it holds between the realm of other dimensions and the creativity through our childhood. Okay, this is also going to tie in information regarding the legend, the GOAT, okay, even a god, I will say, Michael Jackson, okay? That's going to be for another segment, okay? Okay, spiritual warfare and the battle of discernment. Number 1, parasites versus worms, forces of enslavement versus transformation. This eclipse exposes the distinction between parasitic forces that drain and control and worm-like forces that decompose and renew. Parasites represents energy draining forces, both physical like diseases and toxins, and spiritual like toxic relationships, etheric attachments, and fear-based belief systems. Worms are considered agents of transformation that break down outdated energies, allowing for rebirth and renewal. Number 2, the Virgo Pisces battlefield, clarity versus deception. Virgo, a mutable earth sign, represents discernment and purity. Virgo has the power to deeply analyze and purify, leaving no stone unturned, to restore order and reveal hidden deceptions. Now, Pisces, a mutable water sign, represents illusion and mysticism. Pisces corresponds to the realm of spirituality, surrender, and the unknown, holding both enlightenment and delusion. This axis represents the battle between clarity and confusion. Parasitic forces thrive in fear and unconsciousness, while transformation requires conscious discernment, a true Virgoan strength. Now I'm going to go into a biblical perspective to tie in some information. I never read much of the Bible, but someone gave me this scripture to add to my cipher. Number 3, Genesis 3:14 and the curse of the serpent. Genesis, genes or generations of Isis, 3:14 describes the fall of the serpent, symbolizing the descent from divine awareness into duality and material struggle. The eclipse occurring on 3/14/25 mirrors the moment of karmic consequences, revealing the ongoing war between enslavement and spiritual liberation. And I quote, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock. You will crawl on your belly and eat dust all the days of your life." Unquote. Genesis 3:14. Metaphysically speaking, the serpent's fall represents the binding of divine consciousness to material limitation, shifting humanity into a world governed by struggle, pain, fear, and illusion. This brings me to my next perspective, which I've been patiently waiting for months, since the beginning of the year, actually, to see if anybody could, in the collective, will pick up on this hidden and very, very, very important revelation of the superb owl. Not the Super Bowl, the superb owl, okay? Because it is the missing piece to the bigger picture. The Great American Game. We all collectively watched the Super Bowl halftime featuring Kendrick Lamar. In the beginning, Samuel Jackson introduces himself as Uncle Sam, and he proclaimed, "Salutations, it's your Uncle, Sam, and this is the Great American Game," with what seemed to me like trumpets sounding in the background. The sounding of trumpets can refer to several things, including military signals, religious ceremonies/rituals, announcements, or even a metaphorical call to action or warning. Salutations or salute are by a derivation of wishing of health and are still modified by that idea. A salutation is personal. A salute is official or formal. From Latin salutare, to greet, pay respects. So, basically, Uncle Sam was paying respects to the Great American Game. Uncle Sam and the superb owl represented the overseer of American identity, authority, and control, both exposing and reinforcing the system. He also symbolizes the illusion of freedom, the energy exchange of mass entertainment, and the tricksters, the false matrix, revealing societal contradictions. His presence hints at America's shifting paradigm, acknowledging past cycles while shaping the future. In more simpler terms, the Great American Game is an acronym for a gag order. Whew. So then I went to Google to search what a gag order is, and this is the Wikipedia version. A gag order, also known as a suppression order, is a legal order by a court or government restricting information or comments from being made public or passed on to any unauthorized third party. Quote unquote. We, the American people, are the unauthorized third party, unquote. These orders are often issued to protect privacy, national security, trade secrets, or to ensure fair legal proceedings. Gag orders can apply to trial participants, the media, or others involved in the case. What that means to me is that the American government coincides with the spiritual and psychological suppression of public information. It serves as a mechanism of control. A gag order is a legal, case-specific restriction, and when I say restriction, I put Saturn-based because, Saturn represents restriction, limitations, etc., etc. Often temporary, meant to limit discussion about an ongoing legal matters. On the other hand, government suppression of historical truth is a broader, systematic practice that involves censorship, manipulation of education, and control of public narratives. The U.S. government and other institutions have historically influenced what information is widely available, whether through classified documents, media influence, or selective education curriculums. This has led to sanitized versions of history, omitting uncomfortable truths such as the full scope of indigenous genocide, systemic racism, or corporate government collusion. So, in a way, the American citizens are under a spiritual gag/suppression order, not in the legal sense, but in terms of restricted access to truth, awareness, and self-realization, making it harder to challenge directly. This suppression happens through education, media, religion, and societal structures that shape collective beliefs and limit deeper understanding. How does this work spiritually? Number one, through historical amnesia. Many people are disconnected from their ancestral roots, indigenous knowledge, and the true history of how power structures were built. This is what weakens our spiritual identity. Number two, through distractions and misdirection. The system floods people with consumerism, entertainment, and fear-based narratives, keeping the collective from questioning reality or seeking higher forms of consciousness. Number three, through institutional control. Organized religion, government policies, and corrupt corporate agendas shape public thought, oftentimes discouraging independent spiritual exploration. And through number four, centering esoteric knowledge. Ancient wisdom, astrology, metaphysics, spiritual alchemy, and deeper spiritual sciences have been dismissed, hidden, or demonized, preventing mass awakenings. This spiritual gag order keeps the collective in a controlled, slave-like mindset, disconnected from their true natural power, prowess, and potential. However, as more people seek occultic knowledge or hidden knowledge and awaken to the answers of divine source, the suppression and spells and curses weaken. Okay, eclipse activation, purification, and reawakening. Here are some tips and advice to assist in activating your awakening and process of purification. And this just was kind of like, kind of giving people a reflective stance on things in their life and how to, remove these parasitic and demonic influences. So I'm going to go ahead and read that. Number one, identifying and removing parasitic or demonic influences. Assess energy draining attachments like toxic relational dynamics, manipulate forces and limiting beliefs that no longer resonate with your current conscious state. Spiritual cleansing, rituals like smudging, spiritual salt baths, fasting, prayer, meditation, and clearing and cleansing energy. Reclaiming sovereignty over your consciousness like shadow work and setting energetic boundaries. Number two, honoring the worm, power of transformation. Let go of decayed identities and old outdated narratives. Trust the decomposition process. Death of the old self precedes rebirth. Work with earth energies, Virgo, to ground this transformation. And number three, restoring balance between Virgoan and Piscean energy. Ground your intuition into structured action, balance logic with spiritual trust in your discernment, and embrace change. Shed old layers like the serpent. And my final thoughts on this eclipse as a cosmic gateway portal is the Virgo total lunar eclipse of March 14, 2025 is a moment of reckoning. It forces us to confront parasitic forces that seek to drain, deceive, and control while simultaneously providing the tools for purification and transcendence. Those who remain unconscious will continue to be ensnared in the cycles of energetic vampirism and manipulation, and those who embrace Virgo's discernment and purification will use this portal to shed illusions, reclaim conscious clarity, and realign with their highest paths moving forward. As the cosmic axis turns, the hidden becomes known. The veil is lifted, and now the choice between enslavement and liberation becomes clear. Will you be consumed, or will you cleanse and rise? Ashe. Oh, that was really good. That was really good. So that was the end of my transmission. I'm grateful for those who took the time to listen to what I have to say, and may this carry you on moving forward to your day and your spiritual journey. It's kind of a relief to just let that flow out and I had to breathe first. I'm excited now in a way because I know this is the beginning of many endeavors, and I can honestly say that I'm relieved, and I'm relieved. But take what resonates with that message, and yeah. Okay, that's the end of my transmission. If you would like to, well, not if, I would appreciate your support. If you would share this video, like, subscribe. I'm going to start posting these on YouTube as well in case other social media platforms try to shadow ban me or anything, because, sometimes, the truth is like the sun and the moon, okay? You can't avoid it. But I will be posting more information, more knowledge, and things like that. So yeah, I'm so grateful to be here at this particular time at the pinnacle of my soul's consciousness. And yeah, love and peace to all. Thank you.